All right, in today's video we're going to be showing you how to get out to the internet just like this, hitting ping 1.1.1, being able to get out on the internet through GNS3 through a switch using a NAT cloud interface. So let's get right into it. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to delete all this so that way we start over from a clean slate. This is how yours is going to look like. So the first thing you're going to have to make sure you have is a switch, either an Aruba switch or an Extreme switch. I'm going to be using an Extreme today. And also we're going to be using this NAT interface. So we're going to pull that over, and then if you haven't seen any of my other videos where we talk about GNS3 VMware, go back and look at how we set that up. But we're going to be selecting that, hitting OK. And we're going to be going back to our switches. We're going to use an Extreme switch. I can do this with an Aruba switch as well. I might do that in a different video. Then we're going to add a connection. We'll just say port, let's say port 6. Good old number 6. Then we're going to connect that to our NAT interface. Hit OK. So now we have that connection set up. So we need to go into our or boot this up, get a console session going here. All right, once it is booted up, let's just log in. We'll hit no. We don't need to set up anything special. Show config. As you can see, it's just a bare bones config. Nothing else on this switch. So the first thing we need to do is set up a VLAN. Create VLAN. Let's just use 111. And then we're gonna tag it. Configure VLAN 0111. We're going to set it up on an interface. Since we are using port 6, that's what we're going to do. So if you don't want to type everything in on a Extreme switch, you can tab over. If you just have config VLAN, you can do a question mark and it'll actually show you what you can use. So you can use default management, or since we already put in VLAN 111, we can use that. So we will just use VLAN 111, and then we'll do add to a port. We're using port 6. We'll just untag that. All right, so now VLAN 101 is set to port 6 and it's untagged. And now we need to set up a routed interface. But you may be wondering, well, what routed interface do we use? I didn't set up anything. Well, this NAT cloud interface is actually using the GNS3 NAT. So if you want to use that configuration or that setup, we can go into your, I'm using VirtualBox here, but you go into your GNS3 VMware and just do an ifconfig. And what you're going to be looking for is this VIR BR0 interface. That is what you're going to be looking at. That is the NAT interface that GNS3 connects to get out to the internet. So since that interface is 192.168.122.1, that is what we're going to be using. So we will use, bring that up so I can see it. So let's do configure VLAN 111 IP address, and then 192.168.122.2, and it is a /24. Enter. Okay, so we got that going. So can we ping out? Let's try it. Nope, we cannot ping out right now. What else do we have to do? We have to set up a default route. So we will say configure iproute, add, you hit a question mark if you need to, default, and then we are going to use the IP address that VirtualBox is set at. So once we have that connected, there we go. We are able to ping out. That's all we're going to do in this video. Might do the same for the Aruba CX switch. Do that in a different video. So if you want to see that, I'll make that video. Stay tuned for that. If this helped you, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.